For me, beans are probably the most rewarding vegetable to grow. I just pick them off just below the stems so I don't have to cut them off again. I usually leave some of the ones that have gotten a little bit bigger. Just a few, it doesn't take a lot. You can save those seeds, let them mature, and save them for seed for the next year. They don't cross-pollinate, so they stay true to their type. And you can even pick things like the lima beans and the pinto beans young and use them as green beans. A lot of purslane in my garden, and I'm thinking about looking up and see if there could be any recipes for pickled purslane. There's a huge purslane plant. I've been picking these bush beans, leaving some of the larger ones for seed. You don't need really a lot, and sometimes you just get seed from what you missed. These are a more climbing type, and they just climbing on each other. I always pick them when they're dry, when it's dry out, because if it's wet you can spread disease. My pressure canner ready, and apple cider vinegar that is still left from 2 years ago. I did some pickled beans last year for the first time, and I saved the juice actually to try it again this year. Should be good in the pressure canner. Bumper crop of apples this year, and I was talking to some friends who also have a bumper crop, and we might get together, get a cider press and make some more apple cider and apple cider vinegar. Looking at some grape juice as well. Just getting some finishing information from a older German couple, and she does her beans in a boiler, which is fine, with the vinegar. I don't like to use soap or detergent to clean them, but you could do it in just plain water, or I use a little bit of Basic H from Shackley. There's no scent, and it's not even a soap or a detergent. It's just a natural cleaning agent. You use so little of the Basic H that I don't even need to rinse them. And I'm packing these 6 jars. A few left here that I can blanch and put in the freezer batch. And these are pretty long beans, so I'll probably cut these down to about there. Just took a sharp knife to them, and there'll be some smaller pieces at the top, but no problem. I'm bringing this frozen apple cider vinegar with the spices in it from the last bean batch. Bring it to a boil. And the German lady's beans were just right. Mine were a little bit strong last year, so I'll add some water and try to get it just like she did. It was perfect, and you could taste the beans nice, and the vinegar, great stuff. Prepare the canner and put a couple of liters of water to a boil. Fill them up with a bit of space on the top. I'm boiling up a little bit more for the last jar. Can as directed. I hadn't even put my jars away after cleaning them from last year's preserves. I have a 20.9 liter canner. I'm at an altitude of about 1,000 feet. So I'll use the 15 weight. For the beans, I'll go 25 minutes after the control jiggle starts jiggling. Before you put the pressure on, you let it steam, let the steam vent for a good 10 minutes.